Not Italian.
Sid is fine. Sid is
Okay,
okay.
Sid is fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sid is fine.
so we'll go with Sid.
Yes.
Welcome, everybody. This is Four Letter Nerd. I am your host, Ness. And these are my great pals. Sun God at your top left, if you're in the top left watching here. Lady Sid on the top right above me up here. And then we got our special guest this evening that's going to be joining us, Apotheca. All right. Well, I hope everybody's had a good day. I know I didn't. No, I did. I did have a good day.
Whoa.
Well, it's because I was at work. I had to work, so it's whatever. But
It
now,
is a travesty that we actually have to earn a paycheck.
yes, earn our keep. Everybody's got to earn their keep in some way or some form. So,
I mean, we must survive because we can't just sit around eating fruit and just chilling. And
right. If we didn't work, we wouldn't have all this marvelous stuff, on my wall. I mean, and I had my Anakin glove, but that's besides the point. Anyways,
I have.
You got a window.
Positive, blackout curtains. But you see this? You like this?
That's nice. It keeps
That's
the
very
sun out.
nice ambiance.
Good ambiance.
It's a mood.
The sun is directly behind them. They're not meant to black that.
They're not blackout curtains, apparently.
No, you can see right through them. It's like bad yoga pants. That's not looking good.
Ooh.
And they'll just stretch.
Is that bad yoga pants or good yoga pants?
I have to say bad. The correct term as me as a guy. So.
As in Michael Jackson bad?
Sure. Yeah, okay, sure. I mean, yeah, okay. Well, starting out for this evening, we're going to be talking about, if anybody has watched it or hasn't seen it, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So ahead of letting everybody know, we're going to be talking about this film. So if you
mad spoilers.
Lots of spoilers. So you want to pause, fast forward 5 minutes till the end, maybe 10 minutes to the end, and then you should be good. Then you won't hear anything of the spoilers.
I mean, we're going to talk about it the whole show. So the beginning is
right.
The beginning and the middle and the end.
Well, so you might want to tune in after you watch the show or the movie. I think that's what we're trying to get.
There you go. Yeah, come back after you watch the movie. That's what he wants. Yes.
Like that. Okay. Yes. And while we're talking about and discussing Doctor Strange, we're going to be doing
Cards Against Humanity.
It's going to be an interesting
thing. You said that very valley, girl.
These are my graphics.
Cards Against Humanity. Let's go.
Cards Against the Humanity, bro. Right. Like, don't be harsh on his mellow,
let's
dude.
Do it. Yeah.
All right.
No, bro.
This is too much already. I'm too excited. Okay.
I feel like I'm in California. I'm one of the in and outs.
Yeah, bro. You know it. Yeah.
I feel like I've wandered into a Pauly Shore movie.
Oh,
The weasel.
So to tee this off, where do we start? I mean, how do I start?
We're going to play a black card.
We're going to play a black card. And then we're going to talk about some Doctor Strange, and then I'm going to take that black card for myself.
Okay.
Oh,
so feisty.
The confidence, my goodness.
Should I show this side or should I show this side?
That side.
This side.
No,
this side. All right. First card.
Read it, then show it to us.
Cards Against Humanity. No, that's a fun. Sorry. Here is
Humanity.
First black card. Here we go. Here is the church. Here is the steeple. Open the doors, and there is blank.
No.
Here is the church. Here is the steeple. Open the doors, and there is blank.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Right.
By the way, not safe for work for anybody.
So it's
got mine.
Got yours. Okay.
Okay, so it's 3 cards, right?
No, one.
Just one card.
Reading one.
Oh, damn.
I got 7. I miscounted.
Okay, so can I please see the card?
Oh, yeah. The one I pulled. That one right there.
Can I get
Boom.
the origin of the sentence, please?
Could you use the sentence in the sentence?
Can
This
you
box
use?
and my hand. And
Oh
here.
my god.
There you go.
I don't have a whole lot, so I apologize for
Hey,
what I do.
Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Yo, Joe. Thank you for joining.
Here's
and
the church.
watching.
Here's the steeple. Open the doors, and there's. Did everyone pick? I already have my card. It's right
I got
here.
one.
I've got
Okay.
my card. I've got my
I got my card.
Are we
All right.
ready?
I didn't
Are we
even
gonna
look.
flip it? You can't play.
You're playing the
Oh,
black
right.
card.
No. All right.
Right?
Yeah. No, I'm the black. Yep. That's the one.
Ready?
Ready?
Yes.
Ladies first.
Everyone's ready.
Yeah.
Oh, let's
Wait,
all flip
then-
at the same time.
They would
Okay.
have to go at the same time. Everybody at the same
One,
time.
What up,
2,
baby?
3.
3.
Bam. Let's see. This is a little bit
Wow.
So I shall read each one with the word in place. Here is the church. Here is the steeple. Open the doors, and there is therapy. Therapy. That's pretty good.
I mean-
pretty good.
It's not wrong.
Here is the church. Here's the steeple. Open the doors, and there is penis envy. Sure. I mean, there's a lot of penis envy in there. I'm sorry, everybody, but I think I'm gonna go with pixelated.
Surprise!
That's us.
And then, absolutely, that is the right choice.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know how to really go about it.
Okay.
Even
okay.
Joe agrees. It's unanimous.
It's unanimous for pixelated. I'll just say pixelated from now on.
So, speaking
Dr.
of penis
S-
envy,
I shall go
I think
around
we
the
should start
table.
that with therapy. Therapy, yeah, because we're gonna need therapy, as you know, the people from the opening scene of Doctor Strange need therapy badly.
Yes.
Let's
Yes,
see, I
they
watched
do.
it. What was it? 2 weeks ago. I'm trying to remember the beginning of it. Yeah, that thing was kind of everywhere, wasn't it?
it started off, I thought, already tripping us out, which I loved.
Right.
Because I wasn't sure who I was with, where I
Right.
was,
Right.
where we were in anything, and I was immediately excited. Now, one thing I have to say for myself, I try to avoid spoilers as much as possible before I go into a movie. I want to
Okay.
know as little as possible, so I don't know about
Okay.
guest stars. I try not to read any rumors about where they think the plot is going.
Mhm.
Sometimes it is very much matrixy, kind of like, but I usually do a pretty good job. So I sincerely went in having no idea about anything. So I was very, I don't know if excited is the word, but I was fully on board right in the beginning. I'm like, yes, I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So you had to avoid all social media, any kind of news feeds. I mean, roughly that's in your face by the time. I mean, you're on Facebook.
Yeah,
It's just
I'm
gonna
not
be
on
like, okay,
Facebook that much, so that makes it easier.
So me too. So it helps a lot. How about you, Reg? What'd you think of the first beginning half of it?
It was a good throw off to how it was actually going to end as to who sent what, because you're thinking, oh, it's just some extra dimensional creature that's coming to get her. It's like you didn't really think that, oh, it's going to be Wanda, because she's like, oh no, not Wanda. Wanda's going to find a different way than sending monsters after a small child who's been separated from everyone she knows and loves. Not
Especially
Wanda.
since the last time we saw Wanda, she's very contrite and kind of living off on her own, just trying to move on from what happened in WandaVision. So I thought that was a nice misdirect for that.
And now it makes you think that she just kind of like isolated herself to continue on with the dark side.
Yeah,
So she
like,
could do it without anybody, bothering
without
her,
anyone getting
her
hurt.
way.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
Mhm.
So that I bought that. I bought that hook, line, and sinker.
Well, no, because at the end of WandaVision, they showed you that she was in the cabin with the fake her for everyone to come see, plus the real her who was in the back of the cabin doing all her.
Yeah, just learning.
All right.
I sincerely took that as her learning. I
don't
did not.
think that was learning.
Dark book yoga.
Like
I don't
teaching
think that was
herself
learning.
and becoming strong. Like we kind of knew that this is where she was going. Like this was the direction they were taking her back then. But maybe that's just the bookworm in me. Like if I I found out that I was able to do these things, but I'd never been taught and found a book that's going to help teach me, I absolutely would put a fake me outside so that nobody, everybody would leave me the F alone so I could read my book. I wish I could do that now. Send another one off to do my job so I can read my goddamn book in peace. Like,
do not give
what's up?
Kat
Hey, what's
relatable.
Darkhold.
Do not read.
Relatable.
As someone that read that knew what the Darkhold was from the comics and one of my favorite TV shows, Agents of Shield, non-canon anymore, except for the first 2 seasons. After that,
Yeah, first seasons, yeah.
But yeah, I knew the Darkhold was nothing good. It was just bad news. It's like that's basically Marvel's version of the Necronomicon. You shouldn't be reading it.
That kind of it kind of enticed the way they kind of went with directions with Sam Raimi, even and so just the direction of what the Darkhold was and what it did to you. And just like the book says, Darkhold, it's got a dark hold on you.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was a cool direction that they got Sam in here and had all the Rami-isms in there just because I enjoyed all his old, Evil Dead movies. Those are freaking cool.
Okay.
Oh.
And should I draw the next card?
No,
Mia does now. She won. So she picks now.
No.
Do I
Put it down. Put it down.
I have one already.
Put the card. Put it down. Save it for later.
Okay. When I am a billionaire, I shall erect a 50-foot statue to commemorate blank.
So fuck. I mean, I'm sorry. This is interesting.
When I am a billionaire, I shall erect a 50-foot statue to commemorate.
Yep.
These. I'm just kidding.
Got him. I am ready.
This is a really good visual, and I can see myself. I'm only going to preview it, and I could be here, and whatever the statue is, I'm doing this, and you'll see why I'm doing this. Okay.
Are you touching it in its no square?
So whenever it's ready.
I wish Mia had saved her card for this round, but it's her question, so.
Okay.
I am ready. And this one is I'm picking for someone else because I think they would enjoy this.
Okay, so let's read it one more time. When I am a billionaire, I shall erect a 50-foot statue to commemorate.
3, 2, 1, go.
A fleshlight. Okay. It's gonna be a really big one.
Mine is a normie one, but I'll take that hit.
When I billionaire, I shall erect a 50-foot statue to commemorate Darth Vader.
I think this actually exists already somewhere.
Hey,
Nope.
I don't feel comfortable even reading what you're pointing to.
I'm putting it closer. I think it's a little blurry.
It says touching a pug right on his
no square.
Pug penis. Pug penis, just say it. That's what it is.
Okay. So
I mean,
I'm sorry, but I am not going to touch a pug in his okay?
Old letters. Right there, just for you.
No.
Enhance.
Reggie,
Enhance. Yes.
you win.
Your fleshlight wins.
Enhance. Hey, flashlight's the same thing.
In my head, I'm just thinking Minecraft, so like I could totally just like put a light on top of it and let it shine like a beacon. You know what I'm saying? Like so, like it could almost be like a
vagina beacon,
like a lighthouse. You know what I'm saying? Just like
A vagina lighthouse?
Don't land here, or land here. You know, here's where to land. You know, because some men. We're gonna continue.
Guidance.
Put the light at the top, like at the hood.
Right.
Got it. It's here.
Still won't see it.
Like the flashing arrow sign, like in Beetlejuice.
He says they still won't see it. It's okay.
Beep, 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 beep.
I don't know how we got here, but I like it. Okay, next topic.
Yes.
Now we've gotten through the first, I don't know, like first quarter of the film.
Quarter. That was the intro scene.
That was
Well,
just
he
the
said the
intro.
first half. That's
Well,
why
I mean,
I said the
okay.
first quarter.
So I guess I know I forget I'm the host. I'm watching still at everybody, and just like I'm still trying to wait for everybody. Then it should be me talking. Like I just.
So, what did you feel? And I'm going to kind of skip to the end with this, but when we first meet America, and she's talking about, she's alluding to what happened with her moms. How do you
Oh,
feel
yeah.
about that resolution?
She done fucked up.
No, she didn't know how to use her powers, but as you can see, she was learning how to use them better with the Sorcerer Supreme and Doctor Strange.
Well,
so
no, go ahead.
She's going to learn how to find out where she sent them.
Now, the thing with my resolution is a lack of resolution. Do you think that this is going to play a bigger part in the shows, or are they going to save that for another movie?
I would say probably another movie, or use it as a catalyst for her trauma.
Well, it is a catalyst for her trauma, so they'll probably actually no, because it's going to go into
X-Men.
Fantastic Four or Captain Marvel 2.
Yep.
Maybe.
And it all depends how Love and Thunder plays out.
This is also
very true. Very true.
So we just got a new trailer that
I
dropped,
felt
so
that they emphasized on it a little bit too much for them to not have addressed it by the end of the film, not even with any of the but I'm jumping very far ahead, but I just thought that was interesting that they focused on that so much to not really do anything with it in the film.
It's very blatant of what she could do and what she could bring and how far and wherever else she can go. And I mean, spoiler, Xavier, I mean, he showed up.
I feel like they're kind of getting a little lax. So I'm thinking that like it may have been just as it is. She was just reliving a memory. Because I mean, for me, like it could just possibly be, this is, she has no control. She has, she can't control, what happened to her parents. She can't control how she finds her parents, if she finds her parents. So like to me, I think it's more of it was just kind of a way to kind of set up her emotional her stand when it comes to how she's dealing with everything, just in general, with like, the lack of control of anything, really. So for me, I feel like could it possibly set up for something? Maybe, sure. But I also feel like Marvel's kind of like laxing on a bunch of stuff. So like they'll bring something up and then it just doesn't get brought up again.
Now, I'm not familiar with Chavez very much. So I got to hear about her a little bit before the film, and then I saw the film and what she's capable of doing. So cool. But she's a noob. She doesn't know how to use it yet until we see that, later on in the film. Basically, she opens portals, correct? She is able to open different dimensions at different times in every whatever
to open
area.
And move through different dimensions, yeah.
So that is her only focus, or her only ability to be able to do that, correct? Now,
well, so far.
Yeah.
So far. I'm curious, does her I'd like to know more about her, so I'll ask the group. How does her powers work as far as, does it work like Nightcrawler? You have to see it to be there so she can just open that portal up? Or is it something where she's like, let me think of this place. Bam! And then
she just freaks out, a portal opens, and she just kind of goes wherever that portal happened to open up to. From my understanding,
there's got to be something latent within her that isn't explicitly stated, but there must be something internally, because this is, a power that she has, that makes her get wherever she needs to get safely. And I kind of think of it like a lot of stories that have to do with like magical transporting things, where like I asked you to take me here and you took me here. Right. So it may not be somewhere that she's intending to go, but something internal. Either it be like an outside force that's using her, or something deep within her that she doesn't even realize that she's doing, is always takes her exactly where she needs to be for whatever she needs to do. So if she hasn't been reunited with her parents as of yet, it means that it's not time for that. But that's what I think of, like, like the TARDIS, and there are other things where they use vessels where they're like, well, I wanted to go here, and it doesn't take you where you wanted to go, it took you where you needed to go. And I think that's how her power works.
Okay.
But what's driving that, I'm not an expert on her. I don't know. I don't know if that's something that's going to be addressed or not.
I mean, at the moment, it's fear and emotion, and so she's not focused with it completely like every mutant.
Yeah, but I mean, like some outside
you know.
force, like the Phoenix Force uses Phoenix.
So she may be giving her some sort of visions at the time. Did they mention? I want to say I remember them talking about her having visions as far as knowing places or seeing places that she doesn't know. She always has.
Well, those are the dreams that are supposed to
sights.
be you in those different universes, except her, because she doesn't have another her in any of the multiverses.
Right, because she's the only
So
one.
what she's seeing is either her in the future or, well, I guess her in the future only, not necessarily her in the past, where she's going or where she has been.
So it's possible with her focusing her visions and or dreams, she could probably transport in that.
Yeah, but like I said, if that's something that's inherent to her or if there's something influencing her, that part I don't know. I can't speak on that. I don't know if either of you know better.
I do not. I didn't read the run of comics with the Young Avengers where she is a part of it. So everything I know about her is mostly from the movie and a little bit from the books. It's just, yeah, that was during I wasn't reading a lot of comic book phase.
Right.
Reading a lot of comic books phase, so I'm way behind on current things.
Me too.
Cyclops is a prick, and that's always going to be a fact. That's all I know. And he killed a very important person. I'm not going to spoil it, even though it's like 7 years old. I'm not going to say it. You may not have read it yet, so I don't want to spoil it. But he killed someone very important to the Marvel Universe. But, it's Cyclops. It's what he does.
I think spoilers at this point, this is equivalent to like Breaking Bad. You haven't watched it, bro. I mean,
at this point, The Sopranos ends with them all sitting in a restaurant and it just goes to black.
We, the viewers, got whacked.
I've never seen a single episode of that. But I know that. I know how it ends. Just like This Is Us. Never seen an episode. I know how it ends. So
same with Lost. I know how that ends too.
What did you think about the other Stephen Strange and the decision that he made?
Ooh, I like that he spoke Spanish.
The first one that we met, Ponytail. So Fabio Strange.
Español Strange. El extranjo.
Defender Strange. He wasn't wrong, but he wasn't right.
He's out of line.
Yes.
He's not wrong though.
Exactly. So yes, that's my favorite line from that show, and I use that GIF every chance I get. He's out of line, but he's not wrong.
Right.
But at the time, she couldn't control her powers, and with her not being able to control her powers, that's feasibly the only way to not let anyone else get that power and do crazy stuff.
And he also didn't have the luxury of our Strange to see all the futures and see how it would play out if he pushed her through or not. He didn't have the time.
Well, he also didn't have the time stone. Ours was just...
Which is why he didn't have the time.
Told.
Gotcha. But at the time he wasn't wrong, but sadly it was only the two of them. They didn't have anyone else to back them up. And the worst thing that could happen is some unbelievable evil, Wanda, getting a hold of those powers and just collapsing all of reality. That's how
I just feel like it was like all of them just felt like more power would just save them all. Like it's just give me more power. If I had more power, if I had your power, like if I had this power, like this is it's. But at the end of the day, our Doctor Strange is like, this is not what we. It's not what we do.
As a mother, I want to say that I understand I shouldn't say I understand. I couldn't imagine the grief. Even if in the end those children were not full on real children, they were very real to her. So I understand the drive that she has. But I also felt like this very she had just learned such a powerful lesson in WandaVision about grief and how she was hurting the people around her to build this fantasy. And it really felt like towards the end that she had moved forward with it. So when we did see her with the dark colds at the end, I sincerely felt that she had moved beyond a point where it would affect her in the way that it ended up affecting her. And I kind of felt like it was kind of weak. I would be completely devastated if I lost my children, of course. And I would want to do anything to get to my children, but to kill so many people and rob another mother of her children, that felt weak to me. It really did. I was really disappointed in that as a motivation.
To say that, it just comes and springs to me like, she had the dark hold while she was still grieving. She was in a really dark place still. She hadn't fully, got better from what she did from before. I mean, yeah, she got new powers, but she was still kind of vulnerable, still kind of fresh. So slap the book into play. Well, what you got?
Well, I feel like they kind of also like make it seem by putting her in that position that like she would just never get past that stage, like almost like she wasn't strong enough to get through that grief and the loss, and so instead she had to resort to this part of her or to this book for that matter, to where she goes to steal other people's. I just feel like it was kind of like a letdown for a Scarlet Witch, or really anything, to really at the end of the day just make her that weak.
Yeah, she lost her real parents. She lost her real brother. She lost her real love of her life, and at one point she killed him.
Yep.
And had to live with all of that. So she has been grieving practically her entire life. And she was radicalized. And, so all of these things play into why we give her, I think, a little bit more leeway than we would someone else doing the same things that she's done, both in WandaVision here in this film. But I feel like after everything that she's gone through, the ends justifying the means felt really weak to me. I really felt like they could have done something stronger. And if that's how they wanted her to go, then they should not have had WandaVision end the way that it did.
Right.
This is true.
So that's like, it's kind of like how I feel how they treated Black Widow in Captain Marvel. All their female-led things, I feel like they don't put in as much care as they do their other stuff. And I don't want to say across the board women towards men, because I feel like they didn't give Ant-Man as much as they should have either. And I felt like especially the first Ant-Man movie was hilarious and very undervalued as a film. But don't make her what you made her and then make it such a weak reason.
Yeah.
And then even the resolution at the end of this movie was just as weak as the motivation.
Yeah.
She's already been to visit. She's been watching this family for God knows how long. But all of a sudden, this last visit is the one to be like, you know what? My bad. I'm going to suicide. Like, and take all this with me so that no one ever abuses it again.
I think it was actually the boys, though. Like, really, at the end of the day, when the boys kind of realized what was going on, I think that it was their rejection of her, because they did reject her. So I think that's really
their fear of her.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what really did it for her. Was that rejection. So it was like, it wasn't just like, everything was taken from her. Now the things that she's fighting for is rejecting her. Like,
and you would have thought that would have sent her in a different direction.
Either in a
especially when she says to them, I would never hurt anybody. Bitch, have you not?
Did you see what you did?
There was a head thing. There was a neck thing. There was a thing.
There was a statue thing.
Statue
there was
thing.
a shield thing.
Yeah.
That was. Oof.
There were a lot of things. There
What
was a
you
city
mean?
thing.
Never.
I've
But it
never heard
almost
anyone.
it felt like the end of like an episode of Full House where everything gets resolved all like friendly like, and you're like that.
In like
What?
2 seconds. It's
All
okay.
of this was all what?
Hey, look what you did.
Like,
Oh, and everybody at the temple too. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yep.
but yeah, a lot of people. She killed a lot of people
She
and
did.
There was no
tortured.
whole- yeah.
And what she did to other Wanda Maximoff in her little Kill Bill sequence, like, and then you have the audacity to be like, I would never hurt anyone, ma'am.
I've recently heard that too, by the way. I've recently heard that. I'm not going to say because, but, I would never hurt anybody I care about. Anyways, moving on. You know what I'm talking about.
I do. Let me tell you, I have not actively sought out any of that information, but it is in front of my face
Every day.
24/7. I
Yeah.
cannot escape.
Yeah. No.
All right.
No, it's
Whose
got
turn? Oh, Reggie, read your card.
Card. Black card time. Oh, here we go. Dear Abby, I'm having some trouble with blank and would like your advice. Dear Abby, I'm having trouble with blank and I would like your advice.
I have to get all the bad ones out.
Dude, every single one of mine pertain to sex. Like, what the hell?
I mean,
And I'm Mulligan. Is that?
well, you have a black card. You can exchange your black card.
Look, you know what? I'm just going to get the non-sexual card out of my hand because that's all I got.
I'm ready.
All right.
Ready to?
Wait, what was the question again?
Dear Abby, I'm having trouble with blank. Can you give me some advice?
Sure, I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Ready?
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Let's see. We got Michelle Obama's arms, dead babies, and one titty hanging out.
That's
Sorry.
a struggle.
That's a
Especially
good
when you
one.
wake up in the middle of the night wearing a
Tank top. It's
in the
tank top
summer.
weather. It's tank top season.
It's brutal.
Does it happen when you sneeze too? Like this? Ah, damn it.
Not when I sneeze.
No,
I
no,
can't.
not like
I
that,
can't
not
say
like
that's a problem I have.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna have to go with no. No, sir, no, sir. That's not gonna change my answer, sir. No. They're not gonna cry if they're dead.
They're haunting. They're they're ghosts.
It doesn't say that, sir. It doesn't. It doesn't say that.
Fine. Pick
So
the
I'm
titty.
gonna have to go with Michelle Obama's arm.
Oh,
Because everyone got in an uproar because she had arms. It was hilarious.
Just warmth.
I remember that
Warmth.
because she wore something sleeveless. Although I am gonna say this feels a little bit like nepotism.
Ooh.
Is that a one titty thing?
Look
I
at
don't know.
look at her face.
Wow. She knows I don't play favorites at all. When it comes to games,
I'm kidding. That was a good answer.
no favorites.
All right.
So, Dead Strange.
Well, I also look at it this way too, like Michelle Obama's arms, and then She-Hulk's coming out. It kind of felt like a fit, right?
No, it
Just
was
kind
a
of
good
playing
answer.
into,
I'm just
everything.
kidding. It was a good answer.
Look
Look at her face. Ooh, I'm distracted by a spider on my wall, but we're good.
Wait.
So, Dead Strange.
Yes. Dead Strange.
the best,
Who enjoyed the Dead Strange?
the best. That cloak, holy shit!
That was
Don't-
the most Sam
Don't
Raimi
cloak.
portion of the movie.
If that's not
Okay, his face was horrible, but man, that cloak,
that was
that
the
was
best
like
cloak.
some amazing. I'm like, just please, I need a blanket.
You need a cloak of dead spirits trying to control.
I don't know if I
Yeah,
feel
It was a
comfortable
great
with it.
cloak. It was very
Dead-eye
welcoming.
blanket. Wouldn't they just be groping you most of the night trying to sleep? I don't think I'd feel comfortable with that.
Okay.
pixelated only. Anyway,
All right.
Pixels only.
I thought that he was fantastic. I really enjoyed every scene that he was in, both alive and after that.
Reg.
He was a good character. I did enjoy Death Strange. I knew something was going to come up when they're just like, oh, we're just going to casually bury him on the roof of a building.
I know
Yeah,
it had something to
like
play.
at the time, I was
Right?
like, why? Like,
Let's
why?
stack that in the
It's
shelf
like
right there.
it feels like you doing too much right now. Like, who's so
Well,
that
to be
did.
fair, what's he supposed to do? Just leave him laying there on the roof?
Well, I would think he would have brought it back to the
The other verse.
yeah, or like even just put it in the house, like in all those rooms they have that lead places, like toss them into the sand world or
Oh
something.
yeah.
Well, that's
Like
not
get
the same
rid of
world.
the
That was the Sahara Desert. So
yeah.
it'd be a random dead person just showing up in the middle of Sahara Desert. Like,
Who's in the Sahara? Nobody.
I mean,
Camels.
there might be some nomads still. You don't know. They can just keep doing
That's
their
fair.
thing.
That's fair. But I did feel like they're kind of doing a little too much for this, but there was a reason for that. So we just
Yes,
needed
there
to wait
was.
and see. And then from there, they headed over to not his, but another Sans Strange universe where we got to see some very exciting characters. This was Mia, I apologize. I'm going to take your line for you. It was silly at times, and I'll let you elaborate on that. But it was very exciting to see Anson Mount back as Black Bolt and Professor X and the fan casted Reed Richards that everybody had been talking about. I was like, oh, did he sneeze? And then I realized what I was watching there. But just seeing the Illuminati and some familiar faces was really, really. I know it was fan service, but I don't care. I loved it anyway. We have been dying for this crossover for frickin' years. So to get that little taste was pretty amazing. But me, I'm going to let you talk about that because you had some very strong and accurate thoughts on it, I thought.
So first off, I'm going to say, like, before it even came out, like all these like theorist shows and all these shows that try to kind of like guess what's going to happen, I loved all the speculations and the guesses that were given, of what this scene could have possibly, been, or like who was in it. So I enjoyed this roller coaster ride, just for this scene, this initial scene alone. Like I was like, okay, this is great, because most of them were completely wrong, and it's great, which is all right.
Those are the best.
It was just like, man, you guys were way wrong. But to me, so silly is the best word that I can just describe it. Like there's just, I get that this is an alternate, universe. I know that we're trying to really show the anger and the control that, she has over this puppet, of her alternate self. But like, for the love of God, these characters are not going to go. I don't care what universe that you are in. They're not going out like this. Like this was some bitch shit. Okay. Like, how the hell are you just going to be like, okay, no mouth, poof, bye. Oh, you're elastic. Bye. And I'm sorry, but, no one's going to die with that much power. No one's going to die under the pressure of a statue. Like, there's just so much ridiculousness in this entire, like, bit. Like, I could say probably for me, like, the most equal, I guess, or even redeeming part is oh my God, what's her name?
Which part?
Miss Captain America. What's her name again?
Oh, Captain Carter.
Captain Carter. Like, that was a fight, right? Yeah. Like that, I felt like that was like the only one that seemed somewhat, but even at the end, it was like, come on.
Now, but into that, to what you're saying, I felt like that one for me was the least believable, because the powers that she has, there's no reason that they should have even been fighting at all.
No, there was no.
Like and I understand that they wanted to give us a fight, so they made her kind of dumb down herself or weaken herself to make it so that she could fight these people. But what she did to Black Bolt, she could have done to everybody what she did to Reed Richards. And even like, to me, the best death out of all of them was definitely Professor X. when he was in her head and trying to get to the real Wanda, and then all of a sudden you just came in like, and then he just falls in his chair. I was like, oh, that was dope. That was dope. Okay,
Not like
that was dope.
either,
But
so
it scared the shit out of me. Like there was a good jump scare too when he walked over to that foundation, that crumbling foundation, and her head and her hand and her little face popped out. I was like, Jesus Christ. And I was like, and it took me a second to like, but okay. But the rest of them, and I'm not hating on it because I enjoyed it anyway. It was fun to see. It was kind of like Suicide Squad, where you see all these people that you think are going to be major players, and then just. So in that sense, it was satisfying and it was surprising. But the way that it was done, to your point, was silly. Except for Dr. X, that was freaking dope.
Point, though, like even if that wasn't a fair fight or a fight how it usually was, at least there was a fight.
Yeah,
between Captain Carter.
I actually was expecting a bigger fight between Professor X and her.
That's what I thought.
And even like I thought there would be more. There would be a fight at all between
more mind games.
Yes, I really thought that was going to be more extended. So that was a little bit disappointing. The other thing in the Illuminati, just to touch on, is Doctor Strange and Ms. Marvel with Rachel. Is that her name?
Yes, the woman that he loves. Yes, Rachel.
Yes,
lady.
And
lady.
those Illuminati power reducing cubes and cuffs and how that resolved itself and with the cape. I did not understand why she would bother repairing the cape if they never had any intentions of letting him go based on what their universe's Strange did. They had a fully functional cape. That blue cape was together. Why break apart that blue cape to put that patch in his cape? Why did they do that preemptively?
Maybe to see if there was a difference.
Science, bro. They got to do science
experiments.
Science.
I mean,
science,
and style.
Experimenting.
That's cloth.
Like, I can see it.
Guys,
they gotta sew it. Looks.
They had a whole ass cape that they broke apart to fix his cape. Why not just give him the blue cape?
Isn't the cape alive?
It's not.
Yeah, it is alive. The cape made out of the other one.
But it's not his cape.
Right. Why not use some liquid Band-Aid and just
well, it's not that kind of alive. It's not like it's got skin. Oh, I got a cut on my arm. It's gonna put a liquid
like heal. Like we
what's that?
Imagine if she used curtains.
That black stuff that apparently is flexible but seals everything.
I want the spray that they used in Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs for shoes.
We should use a little bit of that.
Spray on
silicone. The spray on socks.
Just kind of dab it on there, seal it up.
Should have just thrown some caulk on it and called it a day.
That's all it needs to be caulk on it. There you go. Let it dry for 10 minutes.
I mean, it looked cool. It's nice that he got shot right in the middle of the cape, so that patch just made a little. It's really nice. It's not on the bottom right-hand corner or what have you.
They had to have it visible when it was still on, so you could see it when he was doing capey flowy things.
Capey flowy things, okay.
But this is where I say, like, it brings me in and it takes me out. She's already shown that there's no reason for her to chase anyone. Yeah. There is no reason for her to get stopped or even slowed down by anything, and yet she follows them through these tunnels.
Right.
And just them shutting the door delays her here and there.
That was ridiculous too.
It was just to build up the suspense for it and get the story.
I get it, but why make her that OP and then pull her back for no reason? There is no. She's already shown she's killing indiscriminately. She had already murked all the guys at the temple. Mm-hmm. Well, what is this for? If her ultimate thing is to just suck her, there's no reason why, especially Rachel. She does not have to be close to you. She does not have to be touching you. She does not have to be in the line of sight to you to fuck you right up. So that also felt a little bit like, why did you literally just had her use her mind to make somebody's mouth completely disappear and then blow a bullet out of his head. And now a metal door is stopping you.
Yes.
Riddle me that. And a human with no power whatsoever.
TV's ridiculousness.
And I know it's a Marvel movie, and we shouldn't be reading that much into it, but God damn it, it's a Marvel movie, so I
it
am
was
reading that much
Marvel.
into
Well,
it.
I
You
was
set
supposed
the bar there, buddies.
this is how I look at it with Marvel and just this movie in regards like, you know, this whole thing between like Marvel and DC or just, you know, like comic book, you know, superheroes, no matter where it's coming from. You know, Marvel like set that bar, you know, with the Avengers and all these things. They set it really high. Like not just for themselves but everybody else, to the point that it doesn't matter what DC does cinematically, they almost can't ever, you know, achieve that level.
Absolutely. And it's
You know,
because Marvel took their time and had a 15-year layout done so they knew exactly where they were going to do and what they were where they were going to go.
Mhm.
And you can tell they did not do this with this. Like they did not have the
no,
opportunity
it
and
seems
everything. It
lazy.
feels almost like
Lazy.
they're trying to keep up a specific pace of putting out content, and they're suffering for it. And I would rather you take 4 or 5 year break, flesh this out, map it out, and get the right people on board to give us what you've made us expect from you.
Or stop putting so much into one movie that people either cannot keep up, or that you can understand what's going on, or it makes no sense what's going on. You know, stop doing that too.
Yeah, DC. Oh, we're still talking Marvel. My bad.
Marvel. I think the secret ingredient might be the Russo brothers. I'm just kind of speculating, just because they were involved in a lot of the last Marvel movies.
Yeah, whatever they had for that formula, you could tell that there was a vision
Mhm.
from the very first Iron Man movie and the very
Mhm.
first Captain America movie all the way through. And the ones that they ended up having to shoehorn for whatever reason in like Captain Marvel, you felt that. And that's why that one felt so out of place amongst everything else, because everything else had been so beautifully laid out for them.
Like these boxes. See, they follow each other.
Well, I was
Different colors,
thinking
right?
we could get
Okay.
the last portion of the movie
And
if you guys want.
Yeah,
what
Mia,
they
it's your turn
did
again with the black card.
is put a different
Yes.
box.
And
That's what they
it
did.
kind of really is fitting. It says, "Hey guys, I know this was my idea, but I'm having serious doubts about
What?
blank."
Flight? What?
Who
Are
has
you having
blight?
serious
Sure.
doubts?
You
Oh,
should get that looked at.
I thought you were just talking. I was so confused. All right, do it again. Do it again.
Okay. Hey guys, I know this was my idea, but I'm having serious doubts about blank.
I don't have any good ones for this.
I got a good one. It's all right.
Don't
Better
doubt
than the other
yourself.
ones.
Oh, I'm gonna doubt myself. It's funny, but it's not funny enough. I got standards, you see. Got standards. Standards. It's a nice card, but it doesn't meet my standards.
I don't really have any standard for cards. I just pull the one that looks really gross and or stupid. So
There you go. That works too. That works. That works. All right.
Ready.
Are we all ready?
ready.
By your countdown.
1, 2, 3. I'm having serious doubts about licking things to claim them as your own. I never doubt that.
Yeah, I
You
know.
just do it.
I know.
Okay, that's doesn't work for me.
I know.
Hi,
it-
J-Bo. Oh, I
Vomiting
don't know why I
seafood
yelled that.
bleeding
Hi,
anally.
J-Bo. You
Jesus
can't hear me.
Christ. That's just
Hey,
brutal.
oh,
Hey,
what
J-Bo.
up?
I'm sorry, but I'm, okay.
You got it.
I'm gonna have serious doubts about doing white people shit. I'm sorry.
I always do.
Yeah, I mean that right, vomiting seafood and bleeding anally. I mean that's tragic.
That should never have been an idea to
But
begin with.
that's not a doubt. That's called an ER. And
What we call
white
that is a
people
medical
shit is
emergency.
white people shit is always iffy. So I'm gonna go with white people shit.
Yay, I won one!
Hey, she got one.
Woo, woo.
Bang, bang, bang.
All right. So has everybody read a card has everybody read a black card?
I haven't
No.
gotten a point yet.
I haven't read a black card.
Well, now you get to read a black card. So
Woo-hoo.
let's try to get at least everybody try.
Okay, I'm gonna pull a black card.
And you
from
did
my-
read a black card. You read the first one.
He didn't win a black card.
Oh, that's fair. That's
Okay, my black card is why am I sticky?
Oh. Yeah.
That could be
I
decent.
just picked one.
Why are you already ready to go?
I've got a card.
All right. Well, she's got all 6 cards, so she's got one ready.
No, I
Ready.
actually wait. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold on.
Not drawn cards. Ooh.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no. That card is bad.
Look
It's
at her
not.
face. Okay,
It's
come
not,
on.
But it's disturbing.
Give it to
Alright.
me.
That card
Give
is
it to
bad.
me.
Flipping the card.
One.
I can't choose between 2 cards.
2.
though. Fuck.
I'm gonna make you panic pick.
I
One,
panic picked.
2, 3, go.
I give up.
That was a good one.
I give up.
That was a good
Nope.
one. Damn it.
Nope.
Damn it.
Nope.
Of course it would be Frank.
It
Well,
was either this or Fancy Feast.
Okay. So here is my one thing. In my opinion, you and Ness gave the same answer.
Oh shit.
so therefore, I'm gonna call it a tie because Danny
Okay,
DeVito
guys.
and
Well,
Italians.
No, but like Danny DeVito, or Danny DeVito the Penguin.
Either way, he's Italian, right?
I mean,
So Mia is our clear winner. Well done.
Bling,
Yeah.
bling.
That Danny
Well-
DeVito one, man. I'm gonna be thinking about that. Like, I'm gonna randomly start laughing tonight, and over the next couple days, every time I remember that, why am I sticky? Like, if anyone ever says that,
Danny
why am I
DeVito.
the only
sticky,
other
Danny DeVito?
card that I really thought that like really would have worked was either Fancy Feast or Panda Sex.
Do you,
not so much pen-
on a
You get
personal
furry.
note, do you guys have the nerd pack, the nerd bundle at home?
No,
I didn't
no,
get
not
the
yet.
nerd bundle.
All right, when I come to Colorado, I'm bringing this bad boy with me.
We can
Alright.
definitely do that. We'll get a bigger table for when you guys are here. We can have a card night, some drinks, some food.
D&D night.
Nice.
D&D, right? Or RPG, or D&D, a little bit of that, maybe. Yeah.
Whatever's.
Quick campaign.
I just know that I probably should not have a full bladder when we're playing this game because it won't end well for anyone.
Well, the good news is you're about 10 steps away from a toilet, so it's okay.
Oh, I got it for you. Give me a second. This is so random. This is so random.
Oh,
We got random.
he's
something
got a
random.
porta potty. He's gonna bring us a toilet. I know
got
it.
you.
I know
Oh
it.
my
I
god!
got you.
Get out! Get out!
Boom.
Get out!
Fit it
Now
around
sit on.
the chair.
If you sit on
Good
it,
to
then I'm
go.
in. If you sit on it, I'm in.
He's sitting on it. He's gonna do it.
Oh,
Yeah, you guys.
look! He looks so good in the booster seat.
Oh my gosh.
Something.
You bring that with you to restaurants just in case?
I have it in the back of the seat. I just have it in the back. I just need to, it just fits everything in there. You just gotta.
He doesn't
tuck it
need a
in.
phone book anymore, folks.
Requires.
No thanks, sir. I brought my own. Okay. Do we have anything left to say about the film?
I personally, I think we should just give our what we would personally rate it and why. So for me, I think I would give it a 6 out of 10. Was it entertaining? Yes. Was it great? No. Could it have been better? Absolutely. But it wasn't a complete loss either. I mean, there were still several moments, just kind of how quickly it ended. The music note scene, please. I can't. Don't do that. I'm not here for Glee.
I was a little curious about that.
I'm just that to me
Alright.
was so for me. I just felt like it was a letdown. It could have been better, but it was still entertaining. I give it a 6 out of 10.
Reggie?
I give it a 7.5 to 8 out of 10. I thoroughly enjoyed it because I'm a fan of Sam Raimi. I am a fan of Doctor Strange. Granted, there were parts that could have been done a little bit better, but overall, I enjoyed it. I laughed my ass off when I saw the music fighting scene. I forgot. It was either a game or a show where I saw this happen like not too long ago where they were fighting with the notes. But they weren't like it wasn't actually being the music that was behind it wasn't the actual notes they were playing. So that's the part that I liked about it is that the notes that were being shown on the screen were the notes that Danny Elfman was playing in his orchestra. So that scene was great to me. And overall, the visuals were just fantastic. They were great. It was just I felt as though I got Deadpool 2 again, where like, look at all this, yeah, you got all these people coming in, expected, cool, oh, cameos, yeah, they're dead.
Yeah.
As soon as I knew, I was like, I was literally like, it better not Deadpool 2 me with these characters. Oh, never mind.
I'm gonna go next just because Ness, I want you to close the show.
Oh, of course.
I am somewhere between Mia and Reggie. I give it a 6.5. I really wanted to rate it higher because visually it is a beautiful film, especially when they're running through the multiverses. Marvel's attention to detail, especially in their backgrounds, their clothing, the little details, the pin that Miss Marvel had, the little nods to everything to people who are more well versed in these stories than I am. I will always appreciate that about Marvel, that they truly do want to give fan service. But I do think that this film suffered from a not clear and concise vision as to where they wanted to go with these films to set up this stage of the universe, this stage of the stories. And you tried, it feels like they intended to go in one direction and then decided to redirect, and trying to put all of this into one film, everybody suffered because they're just trying to swing it hard around and set it in a different direction. And I would have rather waited. I would have waited. I waited for whatever stages led up to this. I would have waited for this stage and moving forward because I trusted you to care about the content as much as everyone else did. And I kind of feel like they've dropped it here. But I also don't want to be like, oh, this movie is horrible, don't go see it. It is an enjoyable movie. There are a lot of great things about this movie, but rooted in reality, there are a lot of things in this movie that suffered because they're not giving it the attention that they led us to believe that they would based on their previous their previous released things. So Marvel, you have us. Don't lose us. Don't lose us.
Don't DC us. Don't.
And you know me, I'm a DC fan through and through, but rooted in reality. Do better by the people who pay you, and that's us.
See, that's what I say. Don't be sorry.
That kept these stories alive long enough for you to put them onto film. Do better by those people.
Well, I like everybody's scores. I really do. I'm right there with every little bit of every one of you. A little bit of Mia's, a little bit of Roz, a little bit of Lady. I would say 7.3.596. Oh well, it's a little right there. Okay. I liked it because Sam Raimi directed it. Because I like Ross said, I'm a fan of Sam Raimi. I like his material, and if you catch any of his films, he puts little Ronnie-isms in there. He puts his little. That's my movie because I just put a little thing in there for you to catch. So catch my Easter eggs in the movies. Dead Strange, dope. Dead Xavier, no. Deadbolt, all right. Well, I mean Black Bolt, but that made me say "book" in the theater, but I had to muffle because my daughter was next to me. So. Everything else, yeah, just like how everybody explained, visually is beautiful. Story, like the title says, it was the Multiverse of Madness, so it was kind of everywhere for me. I mean, you got your characters, you got your peoples coming in, you got conflict. All right, cool. You got some emotional entanglement with the one of the main characters. All right, cool. And then Wanda, she just kills everybody. Like, okay, that was fresh, that was different because I haven't seen a Marvel where at least someone just dead on went, "You're dead." Like I didn't see that, so seeing this was just like, okay, that's refreshing. Thought it wasn't. She had to watch My Little Ponies after she had done watching this movie. She was not thrilled. Wanda's not her favorite anymore at this point. Just
and I hate that. I hate that for her.
You know, she was gunning for Wanda, especially what happened to her, and she was a real strong character, what she could do, fly, and all the power she had. But after that, nope. My Little Ponies after that movie, no. But I'm right there. I really enjoyed the film, entertaining. But like everybody said, there were some little bits that needed to be fixed. They needed to line it up instead of having a box, and then they stick in. Oh, let's put this one in there. It just kind of makes it all random. At least that's how I put it in my head. I don't know if it makes sense for anybody. But enough of my talk. I'd like to thank everybody who has joined us this evening. I'd like to thank our special guest, Apotheca, Mia, for joining us, and my crew. Thank you, Ra. Thank you, lady.
Thank you for
joining us this evening. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed our show. I hope you guys play some Card Against Humanity. Try it out after the show. Go with your friends.
Just remember, I won.
No. I should have said, just remember.
She didn't just win. She slaughtered us. She wandered us at the Illuminati headquarters.
Oh, crap. Yeah, with Danny DeVito being in the front.
I'm Captain Carter. Or
right.
Very like Darth Maul of you.
Hey, she's going to come back with metal legs. It's in the middle of, That's going to be the next thing.
Wrong universe. There's no force.
Hey.
Vibranium legs, bro. That's an idea.
Yeah.
All right, we'll leave that at that. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. That was our show. Four-letter nerd. Have a good night and goodbye. Bye.
Bye.
Get your seats. Have it with you.